Atomos hasn't dropped a new product in somewhere around about 6 years. So can they come from nothing to something? I present to you the Ninja TX. Strangely named, but is it? In this unboxing, I'm simply gonna open up this box. But on this here space here, I have a few things that I wanted to first talk about. So first things first, when we say TX, are we saying transmitter? Not really, because when you think of transmitter, you think of this. In my hand, I hold the Asun Master 4K transmitter, as in connects to something and transmits data, video. Data is video, you get the point. But that's not what we're talking about. See, this thing promises that it will transfer your data to the cloud seamlessly. In their marketing stuff, they were saying how like, oh yeah, you can go straight to the camera to cloud, Frame.io. You can go to Atomosphere, up to 8 terabytes. Oh, is it up to 8 terabytes or more? I don't know. And this is the game-changing feature for me anyway. Out the box, ProRes RAW. I had to look at the other camera real quick because I don't think you understand how much of a game changer that is. This thing can record, from what I'm understanding, 8K 30. ProRes RAW 8K 30. That sounds like it matches the Canon, but if you're shooting Sony, that's well above what you'd be hitting anyway. So let's look at the box, shall we? First things first, the box is exactly what you'd expect from a Ninja box. It even smells like a Ninja. On the back, it says contents, Ninja TX monitor recorder, USB charging locking cable or USB locking cable adapter, HDMI locking cable adapter, so you have the ability to lock those cables in like a professional unit would. Wi-Fi antenna and 5 antenna tips. Who needs that many tips, my God? You break tips like that? It's crazy. And a few other things like the AirGlu antenna. I gotta figure out what that is. Antenna caps and another locking cable. This one's a USB-C locking cable. Also comes with a quick start guide. I love the marketing though. Like, look at how good this looks, you know? And as you can tell from the way that the light's shining on the box, like it's shiny here and then it's like matte here. It's great. All right, first things first. Here is the Atomos itself. I'm not gonna take this off because I'm not gonna turn this thing on right now. But first thing that crosses my mind, give me a second. Oh, I'm using the Atomos right now. Give me a second as I go find another Atomos. Welcome to the studio where things happen, right? Over here we have an FX6. Do you think I touched this ever in life? Like ever? No, no. You know why I don't touch this? This is not my camera. I mean, I'm touching it. Look at the, ND variable. All right, cool. All right, somebody handed me this, we're good. So first thing that crosses my mind as I take the SSD caddy out of my Ninja, this is the Pro. This is the Pro, this is the Pro. This is the, this is the V+, excuse me. As I take that, which one is this? My 860 Pro out. What's the first thing you notice? You notice that this thing has quite a bit more functionality than this thing. Starting, but not finishing with the SDIs on the side. That's 12G SDI in and out. 12G. That's the equivalent of this plus an Atomos Connect. So I'm gonna put this one down for a moment. I've got a 1/4-20 on the top, and you can screw this thing out and you can put a 3/8 in there. On the bottom, same situation, same exact situation. And I also love this one feature, the 2 dots. I call them locking dots. If anyone knows what they're called, let me know. All right, on the side, I've got the power button, which, you know, press and hold. Oh, that feels good. Hold on, let me see, can you hear that? That feels good. This one, I've always liked the way it feels, but this one's smaller, so you just kind of press it. I'm hoping that the way it turns on is better than the way my other Atomos turn on, because mine require like 3 seconds on, 8 seconds off, or 8.5 seconds, but then I go somewhere else and it doesn't really work like that. I got my mic line in, which again, as we're looking at the others, this is the exact same thing. Mic line, headphones, remote. Nothing special. As I flip to the other side, that's where things get really special. Where my Atomos V Plus has HDMI in and out. Now I have a recording media. Does anyone happen to know what recording media this is? Oh, by the way, and massive fan, massive exhaust here. You know what recording media this is? Bam, locks right in. Comes right out. Crazy, crazy. But then again, they only make good things, so whatever. I'm gonna throw it out there. I am a little bit biased, right? I should have said this in the beginning. I already mentioned that I have an Atomos. So I've been in the Atomos sphere for a while, right? Every single recording camera that we have, if we get another recording camera, any camera that goes into the field, it has an Atomos attached to it. I just love having, you know, a recording monitor as opposed to just having a monitor. I also pull focus on this thing whenever necessary. So, you know, life good. But this thing right here has 2 USBs. And the fun part about having 2 USBs is that you have the ability as a company to always update your stuff. Which is why I say camera control is not a big deal for me. No, this does not come with camera control out of the box, but it's not a big deal because number one, if it really becomes a thing for you ever, I don't know that you're on a professional set, but also you have the ability to update this. Just throwing it out there. So that's number one. Got USBs. I got a power delivery 45 watt. So that means that I don't have to use my USBs to get power into this thing. It's amazing. Also got an MPF, right? The MPF is amazing. Why? Because I can literally throw the MPF on, get some other battery into it. If someone yanks that cable for some strange reason, I'm still okay. Now, I've got a few different things that are new, right? So again, 12G SDI in and out. I got HDMI in and out. They cross feed. I'm gonna call it cross feed because if you go HDMI in, then you can go SDI out and you can send it somewhere else, like if you were using a transmitter with this thing. You got these things right here. I'm gonna take that out real quick. And you know, all this does really is protect my Wi-Fi stuff and things, right? So Wi-Fi up here, and then there's another antenna right here. So I'm just gonna put this right back on. I'm gonna give you my first impressions later and call that a good day. Let's just see what else is inside the daggone box. Pull up the foam, which has a bunch of holes in it. Welcome to Brooklyn. That was a terrible joke. All right, I got my let's get started, which I'm gonna read later on because why would I read that right now? And the inside of the box smells interesting. So I've got this cable. It is a locking USB-C cable. So take a look at this. This is kind of fire, right? If I push the button, it comes down, right? I don't know that in my life I have ever seen a locking USB-C cable. I don't know that I've seen it. Truly, I don't. I don't believe that I've seen a cable that plugs into something, has something catch, and then you don't lose the cable. It's phenomenal. But again, I would want something like that if I'm working professionally, obviously. So I've got the cable. Let me get this out your way. I've also got power delivery, and that's where the locking cable system works. Put that goes into power delivery. I'll always have power. It's phenomenal. I've also got this locking USB-C, what is this, 2 and HDMI 1 and 2 setup. And screws for when you need to screw something. That was a terrible statement. I didn't like that I said that. Final thing inside the box is this, which I am imagining happened to be the antenna. So I've got one antenna, and I can almost guarantee that it's a different thread than the other two. This one, I don't know. This looks small, so this looks like the straight up antenna versus like, I don't know, the Wi-Fi antennas. So we'll see in a moment. Well, I should have threw that out. Here you go. All right. So a number of different things to block all of the different ports, I imagine. And they have different colors, which is great. I love that. And finally, here are my Wi-Fi antennas, which I will not be taking out of the packaging. I just don't want to. I don't want to take it out right now. But I love these Wi-Fi antennas, obviously, because, well, they turn up like so. So I can sit this thing somewhere and it'll comfortably sit up for a signal. Because we all know that like Wi-Fi goes out, right? It's not like it shoots in a direction. Wi-Fi goes out in a circle, so I wanna have them pointed up as opposed to having them pointed back, because now it's doing this and you'll kind of catch it on the fringes of the connection. All right, so that's the unboxing and some initial thoughts. My real first impressions after I get a chance to like put a battery in it and turn it on will come later. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm the Chef Boy, and you just got the recipe.